So I live in the Sacred Valley of Peru, and it has some beautiful benefits and some major drawbacks. So whether you're considering moving here, traveling here, or you just want to know what's going on in the rest of the world, stick around because I think this video will have a lot of good information from you, from my own personal experience. So benefit number one, and it's looking straight at you. It's right here, that I wake up to every single day. Even right behind these clouds right here, there's a beautiful mountain with ice on that, with snow on top all year round, that I can just see from here all the time. It's amazing. And it's really such beautiful views. The first drawback of Peru is you have to eat what is safe, not what you want. So when it comes to eating here in Peru, there are many restaurants and stuff, and sometimes there's lots of rain, which can create some issues for the food. Sometimes there's, well, a lot of the meat that they sell in the market isn't refrigerated, so some meat can go bad before it's even bought. Whenever you're eating out at different locations, you have to be very careful as to where you are getting your food and where it's coming from. Even the best restaurants here, if you order the wrong dish, can get you sick. Now, there's some pretty standard staple ones that I go to, which are very safe and always have good food because they don't even buy meat that they think is questionable, and they know when not to serve certain vegetables. But you have to be careful where you eat. So a lot of times, for example, I like to eat vegetables, but when I'm eating out at places that I don't know, I won't eat vegetables, and I'll only eat things that are fried because I know they've been cooked really, really well. Not healthy, but it is what it is. Second benefit of the Sacred Valley is the people who live here, the locals, are such amazing people. They're super helpful, they are accommodating, they are very intelligent, they know how to work the land, and they're very dedicated. They're just amazing people all around, and they create such a beautiful community here. The second issue with living in Peru is me. And what I mean by that is, oh, hello, Loki. And what I mean by that is that there are a lot of people who are not from here that have decided to move here. It's not an issue, but some of them create issues. So there's this colonizer attitude that is here, which unfortunately, me not being from here, I have a little bit of it, but people will come here, take business from the locals, utilize their traditions to make money, and a whole host of other things, but it's created discontent. Contempt? I don't know if it's the right word, but a disliking of some of the people that are here that look like me or that are obviously not from here. So that's created a bit of an issue for me and for them and for the locals. So the third benefit of living here is all of the food is fresh and farm to table. So aside from what I was saying earlier about being careful what you eat, if you go to the market and you decide to get some fruit and some vegetables and you clean it correctly or boil it long enough, if it's that kind of vegetable, it's always beautiful. It's always got this amazing flavor. It really just explodes. It's so good. Their food here is amazing and on another level. However, when eating here, I guess this is 2.5 as far as bad things. It's not a huge issue, but there's not a huge diversity of different foods here. So if you're wanting to try foods from your own country or be able to have foods from your own country, you have to figure out how to make them here. And that sounds easier than it is, but some of the things to find are difficult. Like, I just wanted to make an Italian pasta the other day. It was so difficult. It was a wreck. And I can make an amazing sauce in the US, but here I've got a huge learning curve. The next issue with Peru, it's a desert, so it can get really hot during the day and cold at night. Not an issue. I don't mind that at all. But sometimes this particular desert rains. So it's not like a full-on desert. It's still got vegetation, as you can see, from, well, it rains and there's many nutrients in the ground. But the issue is it's a desert and we're in a valley, so when it rains, basically all the water that's hitting all the mountains all around us gets funneled straight down and into this valley, and there's a river that kind of runs that collects it and takes it along its way. However, it's not really set up. It doesn't really have the infrastructure to handle all of the water that gets dumped into it sometimes, so that can create issues on coming and going. That can spread disease because just different things in the water, like different bacteria and parasites in the water kind of cover things. You have to be very careful about walking into your house with your shoes. The locals are able to handle a little bit more, but for people like us who aren't from here, it can be a bit of an issue. The fourth benefit is that the cost of living is so absolutely cheap for us, for our conversion rate, and even for them. There's a lot of them who they make enough money to pay for their entire lifestyle in like the week, and they will keep working more to keep adding money so they have like extra money to do stuff. But a lot of them can make their monthly egg in a week because they already own the home, because when they specifically got the land, it cost them nothing, and it's been passed down and things like that. So it's really low cost of living here. Even for me, my rent is sub $200. A little bit more, but still, compared to like New York City, where you're not even getting a box for $2,500, it's pretty good. The fourth drawback of living in Peru is that there are many dogs here. And I don't have a problem with my friend Loki over here, but there's a lot of stray dogs. None of them happen to be here. I try to record when there's not 30 dogs in front of my house, because 30, I'm not exaggerating, they're literally, sometimes there's 30 dogs just standing in front of my house, but they bark all the time. So I have to really time when I'm going to work, I have to really time when I'm going to make these videos, and I have to really time when I'm doing a whole bunch of things. So it creates issues because there's constantly dogs. They are breeding in the streets because they don't really have the infrastructure to take care of them. They don't have the vets to come through and neuter them, and they don't have the pound to send them to, or a kill shelter. Not that I want any dogs getting killed, but they need to go somewhere, and right now they're in front of people's houses. So it's kind of an issue there. Number 5, I mean, all of this stuff is important, but the fifth benefit is there's a world wonder really close. And although it's beautiful and it has a lot of people, it's so close, and it's such a great thing to visit at least once. I've been once. I probably won't go again, because it's kind of one of those things, like, once you do it once, it's good, but it's definitely a life experience that I think most people / everyone should have at some point. They make it so easy. There's a bus that goes to the top if you don't want to hike. Like, it's really so easy. The fifth drawback, which kind of segues into the end of this video, is back to the rain thing and the water pouring down. It can be really dangerous to hike up into some of these places at the wrong time. So I actually wanted to make a video about one of the most beautiful natural parks I've ever seen, and it's here not too far from me. I think it's like a 30-minute, 40-minute, 50-minute drive, something like that. But it was raining too much the past few days for me to record it and post it. So I am going to record that soon, and that's going to be hopefully the video for Wednesday. I can't make any promises. If it keeps raining the way that it has been, it's going to be something else. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video or want to have more tips on living in Peru or living in third world countries in general, you can go ahead and click this little button right here. There's going to be a little subscribe button. If you want to see other videos that I made that YouTube thinks is perfect for you, it's going to be a video right up here. YouTube picked it. It means you got to click it. So regardless, I'll see you soon.